Okay, let's get started so that we can get you guys working. Since you don't have a ton of time to work today, we can get you off into your groups and preparing your pitches. So everybody, welcome back, as always, to day 3 of the Citi Pathways to Progress ideation session. If, as I said yesterday, if you weren't here in one of the past days, check in with your teams, get caught up to speed. They should have lots of information that they've put together over the past 2 days of their problem research, their barriers, personas, and the solutions that they came up with yesterday. So there are a wealth of information and your teammates. So make sure that you're checking in with them. That's the wrong button. So really quick again, the partners and supporters for this event: KPMG, Bank of Ireland, Aer Lingus, Citi, Enterprise, Unilever, the Ireland Funds, KBC, Enterprise Ireland, HSBC, Chartered Accountants, and the Irish Times. So big thanks as always to them. If you're sharing what you're working on through the whole event, you can tag Enactus Ireland at Enactus Ireland on all the things, and What the Hack is What the Hack on LinkedIn, and Hack Something on Twitter. And remember that we have 2 special hashtags for the event, so Pathways to Progress and We All Win. So make sure you're tagging everything with those, since we do have, there were there 2 prizes, or 3 prizes, sorry, for social media for the best post on Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, as well as, of course, the big motivation 300 euros seed funding for the first place winner of the pitches this afternoon. So quick recap of what's coming up today. You're going to be focusing on creating and presenting your pitches today. So you've got all of the information, you've got your solutions put together, and now you're going to focus on getting all of that information into one nice, tidy little bundle that you can put in front of the judges and present all of your information the best way possible. So we had a great talk with Andrew yesterday about how to do that, what to focus on, how to kind of structure that pitch. The link to that video is on the general channel of the Discord. I'll put it up again in case it's been kind of buried underneath the other little posts in business for today. I'll also put up his slides from yesterday. He sent me them, so we have a PDF of those that you can look over as a review for how to structure something, what to do, what not to do. Don't have as much text as I have on my slides, on your slides, because this is for me to help remember. So at 3:45, this is the important number for the day. At 3:45, your pitch decks are due. Because you're presenting your pitches live, we want to make sure, of course, that you have no technical difficulties, that everything is working as you want it to be. So at 3:45, and I'm going to keep repeating it so everybody knows, at 3:45, you will send 1 representative from your team, so whoever it is that's going to be presenting your pitch, you're going to send them into that Zoom link for the final pitches, and I will post that again as always, so that I can make that person a co-host. They'll be able to share their pitch deck from their own computer, and we'll be able to click through the slides as they're talking. So you can go at your own pace, and you'll be able to control all of it from your side. And we'll test all of that. We have 15 minutes before the actual pitch presentations start for you to test all of that, for us to make sure that everything you want us to see is seen, and anything that you don't want us to see isn't seen. Then at 4 o'clock, we'll bring everybody into the same Zoom, and we'll start the final pitch presentations with the judges. You'll have 3 minutes for your pitch. Each team will get to present their pitch, and then the judges will have 3 minutes to ask questions. We have a panel of 3 judges. I'll introduce them to you, don't worry, when we start the final pitch presentations. And they will have the chance to ask you questions. If you would like to have any member of your team answer the questions, you can feel free to do that. It doesn't all have to be coming from the same person. So kind of like Andrew said yesterday about if you're the one presenting the pitch and you don't know the answer, you can throw it over to somebody else in your team who is kind of expert in a certain area. So for myself, when I pitch, I don't know anything about tech. I am the worst technical person to ask. So if somebody asks me a technical question in a pitch, I have my tech guy, my developer right on hand to answer the question in a way that actually is sensible, as opposed to me talking about tech, which would be completely meaningless. So from 2:40 or 2:15, so in about 5 minutes, we'll let you guys out. So you'll have an hour and a half to prepare your pitch. During that time, you can use this is the timeline template in the Miro board. And I will, again, as always, post all of these reminders into the general chat so that you have all of this right there. This is the timeline template, and I've just changed the titles in the top to match with what Andrew walked you through yesterday for that structure that Andrew gave you. So this is how you can organize the information, because you've got a ton of information from the past 2 days. So you can go about organizing your information to present in your pitch. What's your problem story? What's your team? Who's going to buy it? How are you going to make your persona person feel better? How are you going to improve their life? So you can organize the information like this and then drop it into slides. Your slides are up to you. You do have 4 points of presentation creativity in your judges' criteria. So get creative, make sure that you're sharing the information in a way that the judging panel can understand it, that we get the whole story, and that we get to see a little bit of your personality as well. So you do get points for creative presentation. So don't go too crazy, because you do only have 3 minutes and we need to get all of the information, but you can show your own personality within the pitches. I will also pull up the other side. I will also drop into the general chat a PDF of this. This is one of my pitch decks from my own project. And you can see the structure as well that Andrew went through yesterday. This one's quite long. It was for a pitch that could be 15 minutes long instead of 3. So definitely do not have the 30 slides that we have here, but it's the same sort of structure. So we focused on the problem, how long it took for a hiring manager to sort through applications. And then we say, okay, we take that down. Here's the solution. We make it 3 hours. And then walk through our personas and a bit more about how we're going to structure the business model. We go into a lot of detail, but you can see this is all just headlines, things to help guide the viewer, guide the judge, so that they know, okay, now we're talking about subscription model, we're in the business section, and they can sort of have their own, signposts, that's the word, of where you are in your pitch. So I will drop this also into the general chat so that you can have a little example of a successful pitch deck. Come back over here. And then just as a reminder, again, throughout the day, if you're going to post things here again, tagging Enactus Ireland on all of the things and tagging what the hack on Instagram or on LinkedIn, pardon me, and at hack something on Twitter. So are there any questions about what you guys will be working on today? Or what your tasks are for the rest of the day. Oh yeah, so don't forget today is the last day of the social media campaign. How long is the Q&A? They'll have about 3 minutes as well. I'm a little more lenient with the judges' timing than I am for you guys' pitches, but they'll have about 3 or 4 minutes to ask you questions as well. Any other questions? Cool. My last bit of advice for the day is, like we were talking about for the past 2 days, using the tools that you have. make sure you practice your pitch. So your coordinators are around, all of the facilitators are around on hand. If you want to do your pitch for somebody, you want to really, really make sure that it stays under that 3 minutes. Ping one of us. We're happy to drop into your voice channel and watch you perform your pitch and make sure that you're staying under those 3 minutes, and to give you feedback on anything that maybe wasn't clear or that could be explained in a different way, and to help you practice answering questions as well from people who haven't yet seen what you're doing. So, all right, you are ready? I will drop all of this, as always, into the chat. So I'll give the bullet points of here and the link to the video once it's done processing. So you're off into your teams now. If you're new today, again, follow up with your team, make sure they fill you in on what they've done for the past 2 days so that you can drop all of that information into your timeline for the pitch and start preparing your pitch. If you also have any other things you need to follow up on from the last 2 days, now is the time to very quickly get anything that's not done. So cool. Any last minute questions before we all sign off and you head off into your teams? No? All right, fabulous. So I look forward to seeing your pitches in an hour and a half at 3:45. And I said, if you have any questions or you want to run your pitch by anybody, ping myself or Sophie or any of the facilitators, and we'll be happy to drop in and listen and give advice. So thanks, everybody, and look forward to seeing your pitches soon.